Hey, social media family. I'm Ramona Phillips, the Healthy Mind Strategist. Welcome to Overcoming Codependency. We want to overcome the codependency, those mindsets that we've learned, or those survival mindsets that we've learned, and to take care of ourselves, maybe through as we were going through childhood trauma, or maybe there was some dysfunction going on in the family system, and maybe we felt like we couldn't feel. We had to shut down our feelings, right? Maybe we had to do some things to protect ourselves. Maybe we went into hiding. Maybe we started running, or we learned how to avoid, right? Or deny, like I said. So anyway, we've all been through trauma, some deeply distressing, disturbing experiences that have made us feel as if maybe we're not good enough, or made us feel as though we have to compete with other people, or made us feel as though people made us feel like we didn't have a voice, right? Or there was times when we struggled with fear, or worry, or anxiety, or depression, right? Or feelings of the feelings that come with being rejected, right? Or those sometimes we had over exaggerated expectations of others because of some needs that were not met as children or as youth, right? But we can take care of ourselves today. We can learn how to unlearn some mindsets from our past. And we can learn to trust God, His timing, His ways, His love for us, that helps us to go forward in life, that helps us to become the better version of ourselves. And we learn to do that without shaming ourselves, but we also learn to do it feeling our feelings, allowing ourselves, or giving ourselves permission to feel now. We learn to give ourselves permission to feel now. Let's feel it. Let's feel it, and let's heal it, okay? Let me see. It looked like my light dimmed a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to keep going. I apologize if the video doesn't look all that great. But hopefully you can hear me really well. So tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about resisting negativity. Maybe someone that have been in an abusive relationship, or maybe abused as a child, got used to the drama, got used to the negativity. I can't stand a bunch of drama. My home is my peace, my peaceful place. I much prefer it that way, right? And we can choose. In other words, what we're going to get involved in, what we're not going to get involved in, how we're going to communicate, right? We can choose to say what we mean what we say, but we don't have to be mean, right? And we've all been there, but we don't have to be mean, right? We can still stand on our story, or stand on our values, right? And be aware of what our standards are, right? Not allowing people to just walk all over top of us, or pull us in to some drama, right? That had nothing to do with us. I learned that at a very early age as a teenager. I was a part of, we were really more a part of a dance crew, right? It was like a little dance crew. We were teenagers, right? We would go to parties and dance, right? We have our little steps. We walk in, say our little stuff, in other words, we hear and we go into our little steps, right? But my point is, all of a sudden, because the boys on the block, all of a sudden they started turning into some form of a gang. All of a sudden, because we were a part of that block, or we lived on the block too, they started acting like we were the girls from their gang. I'm like, negative. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay, but anyway, and then something kicked off with the girls on the bus, and I wasn't there. I was home chilling or whatever. And people calling my name because I wasn't there, because they fighting on the bus or whatever. This was like many years ago. We were teenagers, okay? But I learned a valuable lesson then, how people can call your name, pull you into something. All it probably took was one person. Mona should have been here while we was going through this, or whatever. Who knows who started it? I don't know, and I don't care, and I didn't care then. All I know is I let them know, you ain't going to be pulling me into nothing. Okay, I wasn't there. I don't have nothing to do with that, right? So I just start cutting people off, like, Nope, nope, I'm not in that. And you know what? I ain't got to be in that bad. I can go someplace and dance by myself, right? Anyway, the bottom line is I learned at a very early age to be very careful about being in relationships with people that can really, cause trouble for you. Cause trouble for you, right? Took some time to learn how to get out of that when it came down to dysfunctional partners, right? But I learned it really early with friends, right? And even till this day, I don't have a best friend, but I do have some really good friends and some really good associates. And I just choose not to put that label on a person, because with that label, to each his own. But with that label comes expectations. And it may be because back then as well, I was really young. I put that label on a young lady, and she didn't have the character to be a best friend. So the bottom line is, if I ever choose to call anyone else my best friend again, they must have the character of Christ. I know nobody's perfect, but they must have the character to be my best friend, okay? Because as far as I'm concerned, I make a really good friend. So anyway, we don't want people to just come and cause, reap havoc in our lives, right? It's important to speak up for ourselves. So anyway, let me go on with a quick teaching. Resisting, we want to learn to resist negativity, right? Instead of nose diving into stuff, right? What happened? What? And all of a sudden, well, that's my sister, that's my brother, that's my uncle, that's my mom, that's my dad. And just jump into things. We have to make sure that we are loving ourselves and we're choosing to still walk in righteousness regardless of what the situation is, all right? So, resisting negativity. Some people are carriers of negativity. They carry that energy when they walk in the room, right? Like, here he come, here she come. So, they are storehouses of pent up anger and volatile emotions. And some remain trapped in the victim role and act in ways that further their victimization. And then they want to pull other people down with them too. Like, I'm a victim, so now come on, some other victims. No. And others are still caught in the cycle of addictive or compulsive patterns. So we want to pray for more awareness, more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and greater discernment, okay? Negative energy can have a powerful pull on us, especially if we're struggling to maintain positive energy and balance. It may seem that others who exude negative energy would like to pull us into the darkness with them, and some people do. Like they say, misery loves company. We do not have to go. God gave us a free will, remember? We do not have to go. And without judgment, right? We can decide it's okay to walk away. That's what you're about. You go right on ahead. Walk away and pray for people. So without judgment, we can decide it's okay to walk away. Okay to protect ourselves, love ourselves, and do what we know is right. We cannot change other people. We cannot change other people. It does not help others for us to get out of balance. We do not lead others into the light by stepping into the darkness with them, right? Because God says, children of God, we're supposed to be the light of the world and the salt of the earth. Somebody got to set an example. Right? Jesus was our perfect example, and we're supposed to be growing more in Christ. I'm not shaming anybody. We're all on this journey together. Okay? This journey of healing and growing and becoming. So today, God, let's say a little prayer. Today, God, so you can say it with me. Today, God, help me know that I don't have to allow myself to be pulled into negativity, even around those I love. Help me set boundaries. Help me know it's okay to take care of myself. And I learned that a long, long time ago. And God reaffirmed that when I decided to get into therapy and get some help and start working on personal development and asking God to heal my heart and heal my emotions. Like 30 years ago, it's like, I don't care who it is. Did nobody die for me on the cross but Jesus? All right. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for sharing, and subscribing. If you're watching this video on YouTube, thank you for joining God's Overcomers community. It's a safe place for you, to grow on this journey with me. We're going through it. We're growing through it, and we're drawing closer to God. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.